What up, everybody? Welcome to episode 16
Summer
of
16.
the No Show. Shout out Summer 16, Drizzy.
Shout out.
Give us some love, man, please. But hey, as always, joining me, Nathan,
What up, what up, what up?
Greg,
What's up, nerds?
and Gabriel.
666.
Wait, what's your name?
What's my name?
Yeah.
Big body.
I go by
guys.
the name of Phil.
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer. Xbox.
Yo, dude, tell me everything, please.
But no, yeah, this is your host Louther coming to you live.
From the
Not
gutter.
really live though.
Live from Wednesday.
Live from Wednesday, June 8th.
9th.
Nah, I think so.
It is the 8th.
Yeah, yesterday was my birthday. Yeah. I can't even remember.
How was that?
It was good. We didn't really do much. We just went out to eat.
So-
Oh, I went to Ted's, and you know what I realized today?
Test is
You went to
great.
Ted's for your birthday as well.
Hey, Ted's is my favorite, dog.
I put two and two
Yeah.
together. I just wanted a bison burger, dude.
Those things are so fucking good.
Yeah,
Dude, they're
that's
the
what I'm
best.
Holy shit. Yeah, I gotta go there again.
I will say, I had mediocre fries.
Yeah, the fries.
Bummer. No, last time they were great. I'm gonna do mashed potatoes next time because every time I've had the taters there, they good.
Those cucumbers, though.
Dude, those cucumbers are ass.
They didn't give me any.
Things are ass.
They
Yeah, I hate
don't
those.
say-
I hate
I
those
don't. I
cucumbers.
also don't like.
Because here's
They're
the
not
thing,
bad.
because there's no
I don't
lime,
really
there's
like
no
cucumbers.
salt. It's just pure fucking cucumber. Fuck that
No,
shit.
those things are
salt on that
salted.
shit.
Yeah, they're like pickled cucumbers.
No, dude, no, but they're pickle, not like real fucking cucumbers, man.
My
What was that?
My homie,
God, not even a minute.
My Dominican.
my
brother.
Dominican friend.
Hey, that's true.
I did control myself this time.
So Ted's though.
Ted's is good.
Yeah, I love that place.
I couldn't even finish my burger, dude. That was the biggest burger I've gotten from.
What'd you
there.
get?
Oh, I just got a bacon burger, barbecue sauce, lettuce. I'm
Dude,
very
the blue
simple.
cheeseburger is really good.
I'm not big on cheese, so.
Are you? Is that? I didn't know that's about you. Really?
Yeah,
Cheddar.
he's
I'm not a big cheddar
hypoallergenic
fan.
to
Pepper
cheese.
jack's not really too fond. I'm not too fond of pepper jack either.
Oh, okay.
And I also
I
don't
will
really
fuck up
particularly.
some pepper jack.
Even though I like white
Yep.
cheeses, I love white cheeses. I don't really like it on a burger.
How do you feel about like mac and cheese?
I don't like mac and cheese,
Huh.
Damn.
dude. It
for
sucks
real.
because like everywhere.
What about you don't do fondue?
No, or queso.
It's just you can call it cheese racist.
No, like queso is like a Mexican.
It's like a Mexican.
It's like a Mexican.
That's like Donald Trump saying, "Look, this is my African."
Look, I love Mexicans.
No, but it's a Mexican dish.
It's called
queso.
It's called. I see what you did there. KK queso.
KK queso.
Yeah.
I get it now. I had to say it before I got it, but now I got it.
So it looks like our boy Bernie lost.
Oh, shocker!
Yeah.
Wait, is it official? Like he's dropped out?
Dude,
No,
he hasn't dropped out.
It's
Dude,
not
that guy-
official until
I love how. Hold on, before we do anything, I love how it goes. This fight will not end until we get to California and we see who votes in California. And I was like, dude, you got like 32% of the votes, and he's like, we're gonna keep marching. After he lost, I was like, wait, didn't you say that California was the big deal? Whoever won California wins, and she won by like 67%.
Like it's up. Honestly, at this
Hey,
point,
here.
it's up to the stupid delegates because they could go either way. But it looks like Hillary's gonna
Oh,
win.
they're not gonna go.
Yes,
with
they
him.
could. They could if she gets indicted whatever because of the whole email scandal, then they might switch. But
I doubt it.
yeah, which I really do.
That would
doubt
be
it.
insane. What a crazy turnaround.
Hey, that'd be awesome. And they're like, hey, Sanders is gonna go. Nah, but she's not gonna get indicted.
So it looks like we're stuck between Trump and Hillary.
Or you can
Hey.
put your vote to a libertarian, and then we can get on the ballot next year. We can
Could do
be
that as
in.
well.
If I think if libertarians get 10% of the vote, which they're polling at like 13% right now, they will be able to be on the national debates next year or like the next term.
Yeah.
You know what libertarian equals?
What?
Legal cocaine, my friend.
Legal cocaine.
Legal.
Well, that's true.
Somebody
libertarian.
informed Big
It's like-
Body.
It's like how Bernie Sanders is a democratic socialist, but really not all of his shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Donald Trump's not gonna build his wall, and Mexico's not gonna pay for it. You
Maybe a
know,
wall in Canada though. Maybe.
No,
the six out.
because
Oh,
Canada
he's
will
keep
build
the
it.
six
The
out.
sixth out.
Was that how South Park was when
Yeah.
they, when
Yeah.
they built the wall?
Fuck them all to death.
But I mean, I don't know politics, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
But
welcome-
it's just like this. Like Trump's gonna win Georgia. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like it's not whether we get everybody we know to vote outside of Trump, he's gonna win Georgia. Put your vote into a someone in a third party, and you have a chance to get them on the ballot because we're not gonna get changed unless we get out of this just super old system
Parties.
of two-party system. It's the party system's not the problem. It's that there's two parties and everybody's like, look at what we got this year. I'm like, well, you're the people voting.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want a Republican, don't vote Republican. And they're like, well, that's not going to change. I'm like, well,
bring the Whig Party back.
if the Libertarians get on the
This
ballot
motherfucker.
next time,
Yo, big body best for president.
I'm saying if we can get a Libertarian on the ballot for next year to be in the debates, I say in 12 years we will have a Libertarian
Dude,
president.
the next presidential election is gonna be awesome because Kanye is gonna be running.
Yep.
And Colin Moriarty.
But this is the scary thing. I
boy.
feel like
Your
if
boy
Trump
calling him.
Dude, if Trump wins, then I think Kanye has a really good chance of winning.
had
Just
Kanye
because,
won.
no, just because.
If Trump can win,
you think Trump he said some
dude,
crazy
people
shit.
need to watch out.
Kanye,
People are like, nope, Hillary's gonna win this one in a landslide.
No,
I'm like,
I
dude, really
honestly
don't
think
so.
Trump might win this.
Yeah, for real too. I think it's between.
I think
That's
he's
the way I
going
see
to destroy her in the debates.
Oh, probably.
Just like,
Oh, easily.
but just like how Obama did it, like he wasn't being smart. Like Mitt Romney was like telling, "Hey, this is what my plan is. This is how it's gonna happen," and he's just like, "Gay marriage, woo woo." He's
That's
just
all
gonna be a
Trump has to
talking
do.
head.
9/11.
Well, he's gonna be, but there's two things, yeah. But there's gonna be two things that Trump's gonna be able to get. He's gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
But he's also gonna be able to pull all of Hillary's, past what she said in the past. It's like how she is pro gay marriage now, but like
it was anti-gay back
4
then.
years ago, she was talking about how it's man and woman.
And you know he's got demand for those emails.
Huh?
So he's got demand for the emails for the
the emails is I think
the
are
speeches
really
she did. Yeah,
going
the
to hurt
speeches
her.
she did as well.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
but I mean, dude,
Are you really a lesbian? We've never seen you had sex with Bill, so it's questionable.
this is the thing though. This is the thing that I'm still weary on. It's like, is she better than having Trump? Because this is my thing. If Trump gets elected, I really think it's going to be one term. It's going to be 4 years.
Yeah.
But if Hillary gets in here, it's going to be 8 years.
Well, the thing
No,
about
yeah.
Trump, he's just so fucking unpredictable. He goes back and forth. That's the thing. With
Well,
Hillary,
'cause
at least
he's not a Republican.
that's the thing. At least with
he's
Hillary,
a racist.
yeah,
He's
fair.
always been a racist.
Word.
But he's not going to do anything with
He's
it.
got Africans on deck, dude.
He does.
Okay.
More than action.
But
in
he's
front.
the definition of like he's not going to do anything with immigration because
No,
he's
of course
basically
not. He
he's
can't.
flourished.
Just saying, he
He's
can't
flourished
do
because of
anything. There's not much
immigration.
he can do. He can be as racist as much as he wants, but at the end of the day, he really can't do anything.
Wait,
much
and he
about
won't
it.
get anything done.
No.
And I think he's going to divide the Republicans, and I think it's going to be. I think we do need Trump as a president to really be like, hey,
Shake things up.
This is how fucked up he's gotten. Yeah, even with
this
Hillary
is
though.
and it's gonna. I feel like if Hillary gets there, it's gonna be same old, same old.
Yeah,
and-
nothing's gonna change
and
with Hillary.
Nothing's gonna change. But if we get Trump, people are gonna be like, we can't do this again. We can't do this again.
Dude, I can't wait
And
to
people
see
are
the
gonna
Trump
start-
supporters like 4 years from now, like, oh fuck, we fucked
But
up.
I'm saying if Trump's not even,
Damn, this is a bad
if Trump's not
decision.
even president and like a fifth or a fourth of the Republicans have switched to the Libertarian Party
Mm-hmm.
before he got elected, how many people are gonna switch after they see what shit he's gonna try to pull?
Yeah.
I don't think anything's really gonna happen. It's just gonna be he's gonna talk himself to the fucking grave. But
True that.
No, but
so I'm saying
President-
it's like if Bernie got elected, nothing's gonna happen. He's not gonna get any of that stuff.
not
passed.
everything, but he would have been
I think he'd be
progressive
able.
towards change and the whole corruption in
A
politics.
lot of people just gotta also realize that you have to vote. You gotta vote small too. You gotta vote who do you want in the House? Do you want a Republican or a Democrat? Who do you want in the Senate? Do you want
Dude, I want
Do you
Kanye
remember-
for president.
Hey, bruh, we can be the next Haiti. Haiti has Wyclef as president.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I did not know this.
Yeah, Wyclef was like president for like I think a couple years.
Does Drake know this so he can go to Dominican Republic and,
I mean, dude, he
and be like, hey man, I think I was born here. Dude, I don't know Drake even. Dude, he raps Dominican Republic, then he raps Jamaica, then he raps the Six. Like, where the fuck's this dude from?
Dude, he just wants to be from the Caribbean. Like he'll take anybody who takes him.
Yeah.
He just raps a little island.
Straight up. So, Nathan,
What up?
back to games. You said you had some news for us.
Yeah, so even though E3 is going to be next week, we basically have E3 this week. Because two things. A lot of people are deciding to show their trailers before E3.
Because a lot of these people have their own show. Most people aren't even going to come to E3.
EA and is one of the big ones.
Yeah, they got
I
their own
think
show.
that is the big one that's not at E3. They're not going to have a booth at E3.
No, yeah, it's like what, the weekend after E3?
No, it's June 12th. It's Sunday. Technically, it starts Sunday.
What, E3's thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, let me get to it. But yeah, we have a lot of news and
All I care about on Sunday is Bethesda. I need to see that Evil Within 2, that Dishonored 2,
Dishonored 2.
and
there's a lot.
I forgot what else they said there might be there.
Prey.
Yeah, Prey 2 might be there. Other than that, man, I'm
Cool. I got
I'm
it.
good.
Yeah. Maybe a Skyrim remastered.
Yeah,
whatever.
pretty much.
We'll
already
get to that.
confirmed.
We'll get to that. It's on here. All right. So the first piece of news. So we had Mortal Kombat early last year.
Yo, Injustice.
And,
Justice.
Saw
yeah, it
these
looked
guys,
really
like,
good.
Suit
And,
up like
yeah,
Iron Man.
yeah, Injustice 2 unfortunately got
Leaked.
leaked before. I would have liked that have been a surprise, but fuck
That would have
GameStop.
been nice.
It's a fuck GameStop.
Yeah, it got leaked because somebody took a picture of a poster,
Pre-order
like a
poster?
pre-order poster.
Uh,
Yeah, well,
Solid
Good
guy.
old
That's a hero amongst us gamers.
Yep.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
I'm guessing
Give
they
them
were going to
metal.
reveal this trailer and probably show some gameplay, but decided to just show the trailer now since it basically just got leaked. It was like 99.9%. It's like, nope, it's real, but they haven't said anything. But yeah, they showed a very futuristic looking
Batman.
side to Injustice, whether it's that
That was
or
awesome.
or modified. I've been hearing from a few people that you'll be able to modify how your person looks and like what those certain characteristics do. So that kind of makes sense with like Mortal Kombat 10 with like the 3 character like
the
the
variations.
variations. So
That'd
you
be awesome.
they might even stack onto it to where you can do like, hey, I want this part of this variation and like this part of this variation and make your like Mega Batman, Mega Flash. I think that would be awesome.
I'll probably get Injustice 2, but
Oh, I will get Injustice
No, I'm-
too.
dude, it's gonna be fun. But there's always gonna be that one thing missing, and that
Violence.
No, not even dude. Fatalities. I don't even care. Like they don't even need to bleed. But if I can't eviscerate my enemy,
Dude,
when
I
I'm
liked
done-
it, but at the same time, like if they can get the combat down, like get a good story
So passionate.
Visceral.
Yeah.
and
Straight up.
give me more of DC's characters, I would put more time in that than I would Mortal Kombat solely because it's a franchise that I
DDC.
love more than Mortal Kombat.
No, yeah.
What-
I'm
what-
not a big Mortal Kombat person, but I enjoy Injustice. Just
And Justice
on a
is more
fun
simplified
factor
too.
level.
Yeah.
Because it is more simplified, I think
Yep.
it works better. I mean, both, in my opinion, think are just kind of button masher fighters. I mean,
I can
I
work
could be
I
like
can whoop
hated
some
for
ass
saying
with,
that, but I'm not. I mean,
definitely.
that's not really
I mean,
my
like
thing.
Street Fighter is, Killer Instinct is, in my opinion. So I mean, like it's just how you do it, and I think they kind of worked that out a little bit more with Mortal Kombat 10. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like, it's not as button mashy as the other Mortal Kombat.
Oh no, I mean
No, it
it's
takes
not-
skills.
Yeah,
takes a lot more
because
skill.
you could definitely corner somebody in MK9, but
You can
it's
still
not-
corner. That's still a tactic, but
It-
it's not as difficult.
Yeah,
And the
but
cool
it's ways
thing
to
about
get out of it if
Injustice-
you know what to do.
But see,
Yeah.
like more like Injustice, if they bring this on, there's not really corners anymore because you kick somebody out and you can bring them to another part of the map.
But that no, I mean you could still corner somebody though, because
That
that
you
wasn't
can
as-
still, but I mean, just like a lot of
Yeah.
people used to do that. I don't know. The thing is with Injustice for me and why I particularly enjoyed it more than Mortal Kombat 10 is solely because I knew so many people who didn't play video games, and it would just bring in a whole party of people.
Yeah.
Like my
It'll
friend would
definitely be a
have
fun
like his
party game.
birthday parties, just chilling with like a bunch of friends, and like half of them are gamers and half of them aren't, and we're just all playing Injustice for 4 hours together, and it's fun.
I've had the same result with Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Anytime somebody has one of those games,
Mortal
everybody's
Kombat,
down
it's
to
definitely
play.
I would say like like I said, with like the improved, it's not as button mashy anymore. Mortal Kombat, I think people can get to it a little bit easier because even though it asks for more skill in 10, I think it's still pretty easy to at least pick up a few combos, pause it, look at the button mashing or the combos, and find 2 or 3 to your liking, and then that's how you grow into a character. That's how I got really good with just everybody in Mortal Kombat. But anyway, more news. Watch Dogs 2. Anybody?
Looks great.
Yeah,
Straight
okay.
up.
So it actually does look pretty good. If
The parkour looks amazing.
yes.
It looks like Watch Dogs 1 should have been, which is the same thing you could say with Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
We've been saying it for a while that this is probably going to have the Assassin's Creed 2 treatment, to where it's like, hey, we know what we did wrong, and they kind of came out of the gate. If you watched any of the documentaries, they're like, we know like there's only this one thing to do with the hacking, so there's a bunch of ways to hack, and there's a bunch of ways to be stealthy now, and the car combat's fixed, or the just driving's fixed.
They're approaching it more of a story focus
definitely
too,
are.
where they're diving more into what like hacker culture is.
Yep.
And figuring out what that actually is in real life, and then using that as their basis for
Like,
the
they
main
sold me.
character.
Yeah, like talking about that
Because
story
Aiden
stuff,
Pierce was
yeah.
just like some middle-aged, like vengeful.
Well, it
dude
was
going
like
around
one
killing
guy
people.
on a
It's a revenge story.
It
That's what
was just
it
a
is.
revenge story. It was a very singular revenge story, and
It was like, it's like you said it perfectly. It's dull.
yeah. But yeah, this one's set in San Francisco and surrounding areas like Oakland. So it's gonna be like how
That's where the
Silicon
main
GTA.
Valley.
character's from.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a lot like how GTA kind of mashes a couple big cities around each other, and
Pretty much
and
IG
not
in
really
the game.
like
Yeah.
like how
Straight up.
Chicago was just Chicago. Not this time around, they're kind of doing it a little bit more like how other open world games that are similar to Watch Dogs treat it. So hey, we see what GTA is doing. Let's learn from it. Put it in our game. And yeah, we're talking about a new guy, new player, and
Marcus.
it's a DedSect member, Marcus Holloway.
That's honestly the one thing I'm glad they're doing is I know it's universal. Everybody thought Watch Dogs was either or they were gonna wait for the second one. But the two things that stuck with me from Watch Dogs 1, and it's not anything special, was when you are fighting against the Chicago gangs, and then also when you finally come across DedSec, who both of them are enemies, where you're like your enemies in the main game, but now in this new game, it makes it kind of seem like these guys are allies because your dude grew up in Oakland around the gangs, and then that forced him to join DedSec.
Yep.
Which I like because they're literally taking the best parts of Watch Dogs 1, in my opinion, and bringing it back and tweaking it and making it a lot more in the game.
Yep. And then to make it even better, I think they're removing one of the big things, what we were just talking about with Aiden. It was a very singular revenge tale, while this time they put a lot of emphasis on saying you are a member of DedSect, meaning like you're going to see how DedSect is. You're going to have a lot of people. You're going to be communicating with a lot of people, and it's not just going to be you. So I feel like that's the other thing. It was like it's very empty. Watch Dogs 1 felt because it was just,
so weird
it was just
watching
kind of
those
you,
trailers.
and you were using this guy for like a split second, and then that's it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that's not what they're
showed
trying
us.
to like feel like what they're trying to achieve, because it's like, hey, you're in this whole world that's connected, and like, but it was a very singular tale, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense with what the game is really trying to approach with like the hacking and like the unison of everything. So I'm excited about it. But they also gave us a release date on top of it, which is November 15th. So it's gonna be basically replacing the Assassin's Creed
This year.
Which
And
I'm
it starts,
glad
I
that-
to
think-
beg the question too: is
Did they
are we
do
gonna
some-
have this one year and then have Assassin's Creed the next year?
Most likely.
They honestly might do
I
that.
mean, it probably depends on the success of this game.
Yeah.
I would think. I mean, like from what I've seen in first impressions, very optimistic. And they showed
mean-
they showed gameplay. They didn't show like the weird E3 demo thing. They showed gameplay. They showed every like. They talk about this cool new feature. They show it.
Like, it looks realistic. Like, I could actually play this on my PS4 and not just like
Yeah,
a
it doesn't.
high-end
It doesn't
super
look
PC.
like this is like groundbreaking graphically or something like that. It's like no, you're just giving us cool gameplay tweaks. It doesn't look as it's like it doesn't. The biggest thing is the Watch Dogs 2 reveal doesn't even look good as the E3 demos for Watch Dogs 1, and a lot of people go, "Wait, well that sucks." I'm like, no, people got to realize that thing looked amazing, and then what we got as a finished product was completely different. So I feel like this time around they're showing raw gameplay, which is probably like, hey, this is what it's gonna look like on either PC or one of the consoles. So, especially since it's 6 months out.
Mhm.
Also, let's talk about that. We're getting a Watch Dogs announced, and then literally it's going to be coming out in the same year,
Delayed.
as opposed to.
Delayed,
I don't
yeah.
think from what I mean,
Yeah.
like, anything could be delayed, but I don't think it will. I think they need this game to come out.
Yeah, Ubisoft wants this to hit in the fall.
So I think it's pretty cool, even though we kind of knew it a couple months ago. It's cool to have like a Watch Dogs announced the same year it released, so we're not sitting there for 3 E3s.
Yeah, we got Ghost Recon too.
Yep. But anyway,
The Division.
Remedy Games. Oh yeah, Ubisoft just loves announcing games and like not and showing them at like 2-3 E3s.
Sure, and then looking worse in the
The
E3
Division.
review.
Yeah,
Watch Dogs.
I think Division and Watch Dogs are probably the worst
two big-
offenders of that.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
the worst offenders. But it looks like Ghost Recon's probably. I see that as a fall 2017 game. So we're gonna have it at
Maybe.
this E3 and then the next E3, so that it would be a 3 as well. We're talking about other people. Remedy Games is working on 2 new titles, and anybody who's an Alan Wake fan might be disappointed because they did come out and say that those 2 new titles will not be anything Alan Wake. Whether that's new EPs or sequels to
Fuck
anything,
Alan
anything
Wake.
else.
Did
I
you
wasn't
ever
too
play
big
Alan
on
Wake?
I played Alan Wake.
It has a very big cult following, and I think
I was just never a
talked
big
about
fan
it.
of it.
I got it on my PC and I played about an hour of it, and I was like, ugh, this pacing's horrible.
That's the thing, yeah.
Yep, the pacing is bad, and I was like, oof.
See, I'm right there. I stuck with 2 hours. I was like, I'm done with
See,
this
like with
game.
Max Payne 1 and 2, I mean, like, for its time, when I go back to it now, it's going to feel bad, but, like, for its time, its pacing was one of the big things.
Quantum Break has good pacing.
Yep, so...
I still want to check that out.
I mean, hey, it'd be cool if they did another Alan Wake and they had fixed the pacing issues, because
Yeah.
I feel like Alan Wake is a cool premise, and I always want to jump into that game, but every time I play it, I'm disappointed in it. Solely
Did you ever
because
try
of that.
the downloadable game?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that's good. I heard people liked it.
Yeah, that's why I hear 10 I tried it. I was like, fuck Alan Wake.
Yep. But anyway...
It's all a dream anyways.
Since we can't not talk about Witcher in a podcast.
We can.
CD
Hey.
Projekt Red has trademarked Gwent.
Oh, yes.
It looks like
yes.
they talked about. Were they talking about a spin-off game happening or like a small game that they're
That's
showing?
what the thing is. Is a
they have
spin-off.
a game announced for this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, announced for this year, and it looks like with
Probably
this
Gwent.
trademark, we
Yeah.
might be getting a digital version of Gwent.
I hope
Didn't-
it's online,
didn't that
like
Hearthstone
multiplayer.
Oh, it will.
Straight up,
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
I will
that's the
play
big
the
thing.
shit out of that game.
Dude,
Compete
every day.
straight with Blizzard.
That's so much
For real.
fucking fun.
So yeah, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Gwent is the card mini game in Witcher 3, and
No, it's the main game.
it's
The mini
main-
games is the rest of the game.
Straight up.
But yeah, it basically kind of cracks that habit of like
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it reminisced of like what
White Drake.
yeah, it reminisced of like what poker was to me in Red Dead, to where I just kept playing that and not the fucking game. And
But I love that, like every innkeeper, every person who sells you things is like, hey, you
can
want to play Gwent? They're like,
Every
yeah,
time
okay,
it
yeah.
The problem was every time it
Whip
popped
that
up,
ass real quick and go on.
I know.
Monster
Hey,
Hunter.
hey, maybe I'll get 10 extra coins.
Dude, I
Take it-
hope they add more cards in this.
I think they might
Show.
Because the
maybe
Skellige, have you
make another
played
deck.
with the Skellige deck yet?
No, I still haven't.
Okay. Because it's missing so many cards.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Did you get the new one?
yeah. I got the whole deck already.
Yeah, so anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, they also released physical versions of was it all 4 decks?
Yeah,
Yeah, Northern
That are-
Realms.
Northern Realms and the Nilfgaardian.
Yeah, that's the
Empire.
last two.
But I'm excited for it. That'd be cool. And hopefully we get Cyberpunk news with that when they come on.
I'm sure there's gonna be something. at
I'll
E3.
see it. I bet you $20 we'll see that on like PlayStations. Like,
Yeah,
Nope.
Cyberpunk.
I'll see it on there.
it's like Geralt. It's like,
Geralt of
hey
Rivia.
guys, I'm here to announce Cyberpunk.
All right, so not everything is good news. We did have some delays, and we did have some games that we thought were going to be 2016.
Rest
Yeah,
in peace.
cry.
We thought
Slice.
we thought they were going to be 2015. Then they said 2016, and now they're saying 2017 with this.
What are you talking about?
I'm crying.
Persona 5 and
Ah.
Horizon Zero Dawn are not releasing in 2016.
Damn.
Dude, but that trailer looks so damn good. For
It does. Horizon has been officially delayed, and it will ship on February 28th, 2017 in North America. Looks like in other territories, like in Europe, it will be March 1st, the next day.
Word.
While Persona's Western release is set for a February 14th, 2017 release.
Valentine's.
So Valentine's
That's
Day.
not too bad.
It's not bad,
really
but
not.
it's 5 months more
Yeah.
when that game and that's the one I want to bring this up
Gonna be out in
real
Japan.
quick.
Import
How
it.
this game's not getting shit for getting delayed that much, while Zelda is getting flung upside down because it's not being released in 2016. Because both games were announced in 2014, said to come out in 2015, got delayed for 2016. Now both are not coming out in 2016 and then coming out in 2017.
Well, the Nintendo
Why is
audience
Persona
is
getting
childish.
shit while
Straight
Zelda,
up.
which are both
I
beloved
don't know.
franchises by Japanese developers?
Persona has a bigger fan base in Japan.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'd say
No,
it's
I
because it
wouldn't
doesn't
say
have
that.
Nintendo's name on it.
I would forgive Zelda too because it's an open world game. It's the first time they're doing that too. So
Yes,
you
it's a
would
very
think there'd be a
ambitious
lot more
title.
things you got to fix, a lot more
Oh,
things
yeah.
you got to check on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Persona's a not ambitious
Not as
game.
ambitious, yeah.
Yeah, but
But it's
I
more
would say it's
Persona.
not as It's Persona.
Yeah,
know
you already
you're
know
gonna
what to
get.
expect. Exactly.
It's like this time around, like especially the past couple Zelda games, they've kind of changed the formula every single time. Like Wind Waker was like, "Hey, we're gonna change how this game looks completely," and then Twilight Princess is like, "Hey, motion controls." Twilight Princess, "Hey, we're gonna completely different color palette, and we're gonna perfect those motion controls, and we kind of change how the game works." And like, it's not really like open world and then multiple dungeons. Everything was kind of interconnected in
Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword.
See, I always thought that every Zelda game was open world because I thought was like the one
They're
with
like false open.
They're
worlds.
false open world. It still does kind
like
of
multi-region, like what kind of like Witcher does.
Yeah, but you
but
can't
not
just
in
like
an open
go
world
anywhere
sense.
you want to go.
Imagine that.
okay.
Yeah, imagine that, but not what you have to go to point A to point B
Okay.
in that one little section. It's cool. I love it, but yeah, it's not really open world. So I just wanted to bring that up because everybody's like, oh, that's fine with Persona. I'm like, but everybody keeps trashing Zelda. But talking about Bethesda, since we were talking about that earlier, it looks like Skyrim Remastered is a real thing, and we basically have two
Yeah,
rumors.
does anybody care about Skyrim?
We don't. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm
do.
not gonna
Sure,
pick
there's
it
a lot
up.
of
A
people still
lot of
playing that.
people do.
I
And
think a lot of people will pick that up.
Oh,
I
a lot of
won't.
people.
I put in so many hours back when it first came out. I'm
But,
good.
yeah,
seen
I've had my
everything,
time.
done
especially
everything.
for console people because they got screwed over on that version of the game.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people will pick it up solely because of that.
Why should it be
if it
even
looks like
buggier?
drastic, if it looks better than the PC version, nah, not even that because I can just get mods.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
can
I can
make
put
it
the-
look
I got
like
the
the
ga- I got
PC
the game
version
for-
with
yeah.
mods, maybe.
I got the Game of the Year edition for $10, and I got mods on it.
Yeah,
And
you
it
don't
looks,
need
it
to
looks
get
better
this.
than anything that's going to be able to push that PS4. Yeah, it looks like there's a rumor earlier which included some other information about their E3 conference, but there's also a listing on a retail website, base.com, which kind of added to the rumors. But like I said, other stuff in their E3 conference, it looks like Prey 2 is going to have a full reboot. It's not going to be called Prey 2, but it looks like they've kind of just, like I said, rebooted it, and I guess they're kind of taking what their other games have been doing and adding cool new features with it. So I'm very stoked for that.
That could be exciting. Yeah.
If they can keep the aesthetic in that world building that the demo had, I will get it.
Fuck Prey.
Hey man, I mean I know a lot of people are sour about it, so I wouldn't.
I've never played Prey, so I can't say
I never
shit.
played Prey, but if you look at the Prey 2 demo, it was awesome.
You're just a Native American in like the future.
For real?
That's Prey, yeah. In a nutshell, for real. I'm not even messing with you.
But also on
Do you
top
have
of
a cool
that,
Native American name?
It's like walking water, some shit like that. It's not really.
Oh, okay, dope.
Squatting bear.
Squatting Bear.
Dude, the game's not anything to be excited about.
I'm down for Prey 3.
If they
Squatting Bear.
completely change it, like it's not anything like it was originally. If it's more than just a first-person shooter,
yeah, I mean like we'll
it
see.
could be.
We'll most likely be talking about it because it looks like it looks like Bethesda's whole E3 conference was leaked.
I mean, because I'm sure there's people still wanting Prey 2.
A lot of people.
Yeah,
If
so-
you look at any comment board, they're like, "Hey, where's Prey 2?
Yeah.
Hey, where's Prey 2? Hey, where's that Prey 2 at?"
Where's my
Also, on
Native
top
American?
of Prey 2 reboot, it looks like Wolfenstein's gonna be getting a sequel for Machine Games,
Word.
and Evil Within 2. So I would say Wolfenstein's coming out next summer. It takes the same place it did last time. It worked in May. It sold in May, so I wouldn't doubt that they would put it out next May. And then Evil Within would probably be one of their big titles for next year, maybe a fall, just like they did last time, because that game sold well. On top of that,
Was it as scary as that people said it was?
Um,
Or somewhat like jump scares?
if you were to break up that game into like 4 quarters,
Mhm.
I'd say the middle section is the scariest part.
Well,
And
the
then-
outsides,
Yeah,
first and fourth.
yeah. Like the first part, you're like, okay, you see what's going on, and then the whole middle of that game, you're like, dude, this is really fucked up, and this is weird. And then that last of the game, it just gets even weirder, and you're just like, at that point, you're like, this could be scary if this shit wasn't so outlandish.
So like you're kind of used to it.
Yeah, it's honestly how I feel like playing most Dead Space. I'm literally scared like 75 to 80% of the game, and that last 20%, I'm like, dude, I've seen all this stuff. Now you're just throwing some dude who just regenerates all his
Yeah.
limbs at me. All right, cool.
Yeah, I feel like that game was like thought it was like the scariest thing in the world, and I kind of like noticed that at the beginning. It didn't really.
Dude, that game, I could not play that game.
I
What,
don't
Evil
know.
Within?
No,
Dead
fucking
Space?
Dead Space.
Space?
Oh, I'm talking about.
I cried like a
Evil Within.
bitch.
Yeah, Dead Space is pretty scary. But talking about scary or not scary games, horror themed games. Looks like Dead Rising 4 is going to be announced.
Sweet.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
and it
Give me
looks
more
like
Dead Rising.
the main guy kind of looks like the guy from the first one. It looks like it
Frank
might be
West?
going. I think it might be going back to kind of what it did, and not more of it.
Wait, like more like
3
not
wasn't-
not open world, but more like an open area, like the
I don't
mall.
know. I still think it'd be open world, but I would say more the color palette's going to be a lot less dry and dark as the third one was, because it was weird because
See, but that's what I liked about the third one. It was more like kind of based in reality, than the other ones were
no,
just
I
more
didn't
kooky.
like that. I like the kookiness of Dead Rising.
Fair enough, yeah.
No, but the thing is, like, the story is very kooky in 3, but the color palette didn't really blend well with what they were trying to
Yeah,
tell. It's like
story-
Sunset Overdrive.
It's a
like,
weird story.
The cool thing about Sunset is how bubbly it is, and how it
Yeah.
knows it is, and how it breaks the fourth wall, and how the world breaks the fourth wall. You want both to kind of stay with each other, and I feel like the color palette kind of went against what they were trying to push.
I honestly think they wouldn't do another Dead Rising after the third one.
it sold well.
Yeah, but it was because it was an Xbox One like, pretty much launch title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
So
like,
that's kind of I can
people
see
liked
some.
it.
Yeah, it was a great game.
But people
Still need to
liked
get
it.
actually.
That's the thing. I got it.
I
I
enjoyed
I
enjoyed
swear
it. For,
Capcom even said
I
that.
enjoyed it for 10
Didn't
hours,
sell-
and
yeah, it's fun.
I'm just surprised Capcom's making a new game and not.
They exist. They live.
Straight up.
So
What should be
we'll
a
see.
remake of the first one?
Oh
Maybe.
God,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The
It
guy
could
kind
be.
of looks like the same guy.
Frank West, shout out.
Oh
Quick shout out to my boy Kimbo Slice, rest in peace.
yeah, dude, that sucked.
Yeah, that no,
R.I.P.
dude, what is it? 42 years old, 44.
42 years old.
Dude, he was.
He was awaiting a heart transplant.
That's crazy.
So
RP to Muhammad Ali as well.
yep,
Yep.
everybody
R.I.P.
dropping in.
Shout out to
2016.
Prince and what's the gorilla who got killed because the boy fell in?
Oh, dude, yeah, that is.
Shout out to that
Did you
gorilla.
see the Did you see the thing on Reddit?
Yes, the
It was-
picture of Muhammad Ali.
It was Kimbo versus Ali,
Yeah.
and then the ref was the gorilla. And it's like next Friday at the pearly gates.
Dude, that shit was so funny.
But talking about video games again, Final Fantasy 12 HD remaster was announced. Looks like it might be coming out next year
How many
in North
remasters are they
America.
doing?
It's
All
Square,
of them.
dude. At least
They need the
Square.
money.
Do you really? Yeah.
If you need one-
They
They
needed the money.
If you
12
need,
is the MMO, right?
no, that was 14.
No,
13
there's
and 14.
No, yeah, there are. I think 12
There's
is
12,
the
it's either
MMO.
12 or
12 was
11
not.
that's the MMO.
Because there were two MMOs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's
either 12 or
14,
11.
yeah.
that's the
You
MMO.
might be.
No, I think
Okay.
it is 12.
Check those facts.
Because it was right after 13, right before 13. Yeah.
I mean, I just know it's 11 or 12. That's why I'm only asking. Just need to know. So the people
Questions need to be
listening-
answered.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
13 or 11 was the online one.
Okay.
11 was the
okay.
online one.
12 was the one that I think that's Marty Sleeva's favorite of all time. I just remember.
Nobody ever talks about 12.
Because that's what I'm saying. No one talks about 12.
It's about lightning.
Yeah,
Word.
11 was the first online one. 14's the newest.
Love that bitch.
So if you want more Final Fantasy, there you go. Telltale has announced that basically the release windows for both the Batman game coming out and Walking Dead. So
Yeah,
you'll,
more
be able to,
Walking Dead.
yes.
That's all I'm waiting for.
You'll be
Shout out
able to-
Clementine.
you'll be able
Hey.
to play the first episode of Batman this summer with the new improved engine.
About time.
And then Walking
New,
Dead
wait,
is
new and
this fall.
improved or brand new?
I don't know.
I think
They
it's a new
just said
engine.
it's improved.
So
I would
okay.
say they just fixed the issues with
Take
it.
their
Can't
word
fuck
for
with
they
it.
keep
Telltale.
saying they fixed the issues and they haven't.
We'll see
It's
with
gotten
Batman.
better, man. I
Batman
mean, like
will be
it has
the,
gotten
Okay,
better.
yeah,
One
from Walking Dead 1 or
see.
Walking
But
Dead
they
2.
came out and
yes.
said that, like, hey, this is a very ambitious title. This in Walking Dead season 3 that
3.
we are putting a lot of emphasis on this
engine.
engine being a lot more stable for the future. So I was like, hey, I'll
Okay.
give it a chance.
Hey,
I mean, hey,
I'm very
worst case
excited to see
scenario,
what
yeah.
Batman does.
This is the thing. I buy those. I don't buy the whole season. I buy it episode by episode. So I'll pick up the first episode or just wait for reviews. And hey, worst case scenario, I lose $5 and it's still a shitty engine.
sure.
I still want to see what they're going to do with Batman, so I feel like I'm just going to buy it anyway.
Yep.
Because I want to see what an episodic Batman game is like.
I don't
Yo,
really
L,
care about Walking Dead.
How old do you think Clementine will
Oh,
be in
me
this
either.
game?
Oh, dude, I don't even think like a year has passed. She's probably like the same, like a 12-year-old, still
Dude.
out here killing zombies and leading groups.
How did yours end? Because mine is depressing. I think she might have died in mine.
Oh, dude, I'm on. Dude, I just remembered season 2 ends with like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because in mine,
Dude,
like,
I'm pretty hyped now.
No spoilers.
dude, that game's so old by now. Like, who,
Well, no, because if
You haven't
but
played it?
you don't. I haven't played it, but you also have people that are probably going to pick up the whole first 2 seasons before 3 comes out. And
all right, well, I'm just gonna say that in my game, it's just her alone. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
I will confirm that in my game she was not alone.
Okay,
you're
it.
not.
that's what I'm saying. So,
alone.
oh no, yeah. So,
More to this I know.
Anyway, last piece of news. This is a big one for me and Louther.
Mr.
Destiny Rise of Iron info has
Oh,
leaked.
yeah.
It is basically all but true. It looks like it is coming out on September 20th this year on Xbox One and PS4. There was no mention of a 360 or PS3 version. So it's kind of good
Finally,
news that
taking the shackles
there's probably a
off.
lot of graphic fidelity in this one that probably couldn't be pushed on the old systems, and that makes me happy. But anyway, on top of that, if you're listening to this, check Bungie's YouTube or something like that, because at this point in time,
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
they're technically tomorrow for us, which is Thursday. They're going to be having a Twitch reveal. And it looks like it's going to be a trailer from all the leak. So there's 3 leaks. There's a trademark leak for Rise of Iron. Then their website had a bunch of stuff on a banner if you search Destiny on Google. And then on top of that, Xbox.com just had a store page that it's now removed, but a bunch of people have taken screenshots. And basically the whole synopsis of the story has been revealed. And I'm about to read it. Quote, Destiny Rise of Iron is the next highly anticipated expansion to the Destiny universe. The wall which stood for centuries along the southern border of Old Russia has collapsed. Fallen mutants now scavenge the tombs of the Golden Age, and the plague they have unearthed in the wastes is more dangerous than even they understand. Join Lord Saladin, journey into the Plague Lands, learn the fate of the Iron Lords, and stop the growing threat before it is too late. Includes a new story campaign and quests, new armor and gear, new weapons, new raid maximum light increase, new strike, new Plague Lands zone and social space, new Crucible mode and maps, and new enemy factions and bosses. So basically everything that's been included in expansion before.
New enemies.
New enemies.
Down with that.
And if you know me, I'm a big Halo fan, and I will say that this synopsis, because we haven't seen it yet, so I don't want to put my finger on it, reminisces a lot of how the Flood was a nuisance in the original Halo. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the main focus, and it knew it wasn't the main focus. And it looks like they're finally taking the expansions, which I think they should have done seriously, in the aspect of it's not this one dude that's trying to destroy everything. Like, we don't need a Crota again. We don't need a
Taken King.
Taken King. Yeah, we don't need an Oryx again. I feel like every time they were just trying to one-up each other, like with some other bigger dude, and we don't really need that. So it's cool to see something very Flood-like, like mutants. Like, that's what the Flood were, basically zombie mutants. So I'm excited for it. What about you, Louther? You being the other Destiny guy.
Oh, dude, I just honestly want to see what they've tweaked, if they've tweaked anything, because this is the last thing we get before Destiny 2.
Before Destiny 2, yeah.
So I'm seeing if they're literally just going to keep it the same, and the thing they're going to show us on Thursday, if it's just going to be like, hey guys, we're leaving it just like this, and then at the end they do a tease for Destiny 2. Because honestly, I feel like they're going to tease Destiny 2 either
here
on
at
Thursday,
PSX.
or PS, and I mean not even PSX, like E3. I feel like there's going to be some sort of like little tease, even if it's not even gameplay, and it's just like, hey, this is to hold you till this.
Yeah, but the thing is you kind of don't want to announce 2 things like that.
I don't know.
I mean, like everybody knows it's coming, so
No,
I mean,
yeah.
like if they're gonna show it, you might as well.
I just want to see all the new stuff though.
I
The
hope
new
they I just hope
foundries.
they focus more on the story than anything.
I'm down for more single player content because Taken King was good.
Yeah, Taken King was a really good story. I'd like to.
I just like playing the game co-op or with friends, so I like strikes, single player.
Yeah, it looks
campaign
like
stuff.
they're not adding too many
missions.
strikes this time, and they're probably not doing as many maps as Taken King. And I feel like they might be doing more focus on the story. I hope.
That'd be nice. Everything I've read and watched on YouTube about other Destiny lore fans who explain who the Lord of Irons are, it sounds awesome.
See, this is the thing. The lore's cool. I want more lore. Me and Louther were talking about this beforehand, and I was talking about like I really hope if these mutants are cool, they explore their lore a lot more than like the Hive, because like the Hive are really cool in the aspect of like they're kind of like a mix of the Flood in Halo and the Covenant. The Flood solely because of how crazy they are. It's the
Most of them are,
Thrall,
like brainless.
like
anyways.
the Thrall are very reminiscent of like of the Flood, but the thing is, the Hive have a very religious feel to it, which the Covenant had. Like the Covenant worshipped the rings, and they thought they were these like religious artifacts, when really the prophets were basically just lying to them and using them, using mind tricks, saying they're religious artifacts, so people can their world, like, hey, the Halo rings are world destroyers. That's what they are. They're weapons, and the Hive were like a cool mix of that, but they never really showed too much. Like the Taken King had you go and see one of their ceremonies, which was like
That was
totally
awesome.
which was one of the coolest parts. But like it was a ceremony, and we didn't see anything else, or like not even see anything else, but like hear anything else. Also, another thing to point out: it says join Saladin. Join. Hopefully, this is the first time we see AI
player. That'd be awesome.
AI character NPCs that help you around, like in Halo
See,
do.
That's the only reason why I keep thinking that honestly we're either gonna see it on Thursday or at E3, where like they show us the Rise of Iron and then they tease Destiny 2, because all this stuff I just don't see them changing the game that much, and I think that's the reason why they want to show it as like, hey, this is holding you over till Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. It'd be cool if they're like, hey, this is a very deep story, and that's what
Yeah.
we want to push, because this is kind of like the tie into. They
Destiny's-
could basically. I'm hoping that this story is the tie-in that goes into the sequel, because Taken King ends. I would like this one to like go on a cliffhanger, and cool. Destiny 2 is gonna explore that story a little bit more, because the Traveler is cool, but I like more the smaller, like work on an enemy kind of thing. But the one thing I wanted to bring up is I'd love for them to just make small tweaks and like do new type of like bounties or quests in the way
Yes.
of story. And the thing is a lot of things, you have your dailies, you have your daily mission that you do, but you just kind of go into some regular daily mission, and it just kind of replays that one mission. I'd love like monthly quests, so it's like replay the whole story on with this modifier or something like that. If they start adding like things that are more like skulls, and you can like you can add modifiers, and you can have custom games. I feel like the custom games is going to be for Destiny 2. They probably don't have the servers ready for that kind of thing, but it'd be cool if like, hey, this month you can play the whole story again from beginning to end, and it has this cool modifier, and next month it's going to have a different modifier, like the weekly Nightfall or something like that.
I think the coolest thing they could do, and it's something we've talked about forever, is they're like, hey, we're dropping this Rise of Iron thing, and it's really heavily focused around Iron Banner. Guess what? Iron Banner's here to stay forever.
Forever. I could see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's
definitely.
all I'd want. Like they can literally be like, yeah, there's gonna be 5 story missions, 1 strike, a raid, but Iron Banner's here
I feel like
forever.
that's what they're going to do. They're going to tweak a good bit of like the story, and then kind of do some like something that isn't as substantial to us as like consumers,
Yeah,
but something easy for them to do, which is just keep Iron Banner open forever.
that's what I'm saying.
But that you don't really. There's probably not much code problems to do with that. It's kind of. I'm not saying it's flipping a switch, but they probably can do that stuff, and they could probably get that done pretty quick. And that would be like, hey, But I just want to be able to replay the story more in like a more cool way. It would be cool, like
Instead of one and
dude,
done.
what if like, hey, this
real.
monthly quest or this monthly quest for the story is the whole game is on mayhem. Like
That would be awesome.
like your supercharges in like 10 seconds. So you're plowing, you're just destroying people, and it's just like fun. Like, hey, dude, you just want to go plow through a couple missions of the story for the month?
That'd be nice too. And dude, they could add those modifiers too, or they could even do something which is something they should have done a while ago, is bring back vehicle integration. Be like, hey, guess what? This month, this mission starts with heavy pikes. Enjoy that.
Well, they did a couple of those, and they just haven't really done much.
that's
And
what
I
I'm
remember when they
saying.
did that, and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, the mission that starts off with a turret, and then you mow down all these guys, and then it goes back to just normal gun gameplay.
Yep. So I'm excited. So that's the end of the news
Oh,
for
I'm
the
always
for the
hyped up
week.
for more
Of
Destiny.
course, yeah. Of course, next week we'll be talking a whole lot more. We'll probably have a long ass episode since it's post E3. But anyway, Luther, off to the main topic of the day since we're only gonna do one.
Yeah, and we're going back to talking about E3. What I wanted to bring up to you guys is,
Got to get your phone.
yeah, I gotta get my notes real quick.
You put your fucking phone in your left pocket.
No, I think it. I don't know why I did that, but that was weird.
I was like, you're one of those guys.
What I was gonna say was, cause I know we were talking about this earlier today, and I personally think if time is right, and this is the third year of these consoles, and last time it was third year for like PS3 and 360, that was like honestly like the biggest E3. I think this E3 is gonna have definitely some heavy hitters, even though like you guys said, a lot of this stuff already got spoiled. So what I wanted to know was, what were you guys' favorite E3 of past memories, and what could make this E3 better? I mean, memorable, honestly, because we haven't even gone through this E3 yet. Because like
The most memorable to me is the PS4 announcement, like when they first showed off the actual
Yes.
console, like
That was
how
awesome.
tiny it was. Because they showed those images, like these are parts of the PS4, but and people start putting it together, but it didn't look nothing like. And then they're like, "Here it is." I was like, "Holy shit,
like
that
a
looks
trapezoid.
incredible!"
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most memorable moments for me in the E3.
and my dude Jackie T dropping the mic.
Yeah.
Mine,
I have a lot of
my
E3
favorite
memories.
I mean, you
would
wanna do
have
just
to be.
one?
It would have to be that E3. I mean, like that's the biggest
That's
one of memory.
That's a big one, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
hard
mean,
for
the
me to
thing
remember a lot
is
of past
how Sony just literally stole that whole show.
That was insane.
Literally stole that whole
With
show.
the price point.
I think my
Yeah.
biggest.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't
the
even.
fact that you could just share games with your friends,
That-
like the
that
whole
was my-
video.
that
where
was
it's
the-
just like,
Yes,
here you go.
that was that
I
was
saw that
share a
little
game
video,
with
yeah.
you.
no, that was my favorite moment of the whole E3 was the little 30-second YouTube trailer that they put up.
This is how you play.
It was
PS4.
actually at E3, and it's like, this is how you share games with your friends, and he just hands it to him, and I was like,
mic drop.
it was a mic drop, and at that point, it was after that, and then hearing the crowd when it's like you can play whatever you want, because a lot of people don't remember because it's completely changed now. Like all the policies that Microsoft had from that E3 and then their May event from the month before was like it's DRM based. You can't trade it with your friends. They can play. They can try out your thing for an hour, kind of thing, and it was very Steam oriented, which I still think is good for consumers. But I just feel like consumers aren't there yet. If we lived in a world like that right now, Xbox games would be cheaper than PlayStation games. But the thing is both consoles aren't doing it, so it's kind of like I feel like Xbox pushed that a little, like one generation too
Too soon.
No, but like hearing the crowd when that happened, it's just you're like, wow, PlayStation just won this whole generation. And look at it now. The numbers are what? Almost they're double.
They honestly might be 3-1 now.
No, it's not 3-1.
I know it's been 2-1, and at some points it's like 2.5-1. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I haven't looked at numbers.
But
in
it
a
will
while.
go to 3-1. I mean, the Xbox will sell as like 80-90 million, but I see it depends on how long the life cycle is, but I can definitely the PlayStation 4 will hit over 100 million.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I think that was good, and it wasn't even like a game announcement. I think game announcements.
Shenmue.
No, not even
back.
for me, but it was just like almost like a sigh of relief was last year with the Final Fantasy VII remake finally just being announced.
That trailer was pretty cool.
But like, dude,
Yeah,
but like
sure.
everybody, whether you're a Final Fantasy fan or not, it was like, dude, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. It's happening. Because it was a joke.
Like last year, yeah.
It was a joke, but it's like I would say that a Final Fantasy VII remake is as much of a joke as Half-Life 3 is.
Still coming, dude.
And like people like regardless,
Half-Life 3?
yeah, this year.
I don't. It will not come out this year.
No, it's gonna come out this year.
No.
Just how Gabe Newell just joined Twitter just to announce it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Oh, Gabe.
He'll have his
what
own.
happened with
He'll
that?
have his own like E3 event. Not call it E3. Call it like Gabe Newell TV or some shit on Twitch.
Gabe Newell TV.
And he'll announce. He'll just say Half-Life 3, and then the stream will end, and everybody like, holy shit. That's
Talking about Gabe Newell, did you guys know Gabe Newell is one of the reasons we have Xbox?
Yes,
yeah.
Did not know
he
that.
worked at Microsoft,
Did
and then he
not
left
know that.
Microsoft and
Yeah.
basically made Valve.
Did not know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
How about you? Did you say what your favorite was, Louther?
Oh, I mean, I have a whole bunch of moments that stand out. Like when they showed the train sequence in Uncharted 2, and I'd never
yeah.
seen a game that looked
That
like
was
a movie.
great time.
Yeah.
Or
I was gonna mention the first time I saw Last of Us gameplay.
no, that's
like,
what
that
that's
blew
literally
my
what I was about to say.
Last of
fucking
Us.
mind.
I would say when
Yeah.
it comes to gameplay, it was Last of Us because I was like, that's not a PS3 game. That's not a PS3 game, and it was.
It was.
Yeah.
And it was that and Infinite when they first showed Infinite, and I was like, "What the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
is this?"
No, dude,
And it showed
Infinite.
the
The
handyman
first,
at the end.
the first reveal.
first
for
reveal,
Infinite
Because it
trailer.
starts
Oh my
off
God.
on
Yeah.
the water and
dude.
all that.
Jaw drop because I was not anticipating it looking like that, it feeling like that, it playing like
We got our
that.
first taste of the whole world and the art
Yes.
style that they were going for.
I
and
was,
the feel of
and it's Ken Levine at its finest. You're the second you see what that guy's doing, you're enthralled.
with
You are enraptured.
No, like straight up, Bioshock Infinite
I did that just for you.
and Last of Us did the same thing to me, which I never thought would happen. Was for the first time ever I saw a game and I was like, dude, that AI character doesn't look stupid.
Yeah,
Like when Elizabeth,
and it was the same
like
year.
when he threw a can and they like reacted to it.
that's what I'm saying.
So
yeah.
that was 2012 E3. That would be 2012 because 2011 E3.
No, it's 2012 when they first showed off Last of Us and Bioshock.
No, because Bioshock had multiple E3s because it got delayed. It got delayed like a year.
That
Yeah, no, it was
initial
2011,
reveal
I think-
was like
yeah,
way
when they
early.
showed-
It was like 2010 when they announced it.
Yeah,
Yeah, when they announced
When
it, they
I'm-
had
so
a
the,
private
the
showing.
trailer I'm talking about came in like 2010, 2011, and then I
Are you
think
talking
they
about the one where they fall out the window?
yes,
Yeah.
that was not 2012
No, yeah, that was 20. That was
Well,
because
20.
it was like
CG.
over almost 2 years I think. So
Yeah, that
I think
was
that was
2010.
2011 or 2010. Because they showed it. It was at least 2 E3s, maybe 3.
Actually, no, it would have been 2011, and then they showed it off again. They started showing the enemies off in 2012, and then 2013 is when the game dropped.
Yep, because that was March 2013.
Yeah,
That was right before.
yeah, because I remember 2010 they did show something, but no one ever got to see it. 2010 was when Ken Levine rented out. I mean, or 2K rented out that one thing for Ken Levine, and he showed the game off like really early to a whole bunch of the press. And all we ever got to see from that was. No, I don't think we got to see anything. I think all we were able to do was read articles that people talked about.
the
Yeah,
first
this
time they
was-
revealed Final Fantasy 15.
2010 was the reveal. My bad.
That was pretty epic.
Which one?
Final Fantasy 15. The first time they showed. that,
2006.
Like I guess it was like a proof of concept more or less,
Yes.
but it's kind of what the game looks like now. But when they showed Noctis like
On the side of the
teleporting
building.
basically through the building,
Yeah.
and then fighting that like massive monster.
See, I wasn't really into E3 at that point. I kind of just watched post coverage. So I didn't really be able to get. It was about 2010. It was like that was one of the first E3s that I like just watched all together. So it's been like, this will be like my 6th or 7th E3 watching it live.
Another big moment was, I want to say it was 2010 E3. When that survey had come out where Sony asked people, "Hey, do you guys honestly care if we'd make a Resistance 3?" Not many. I don't think. I think most people in that survey were like, "Yeah, dude, we'd be down." And then next year at E3, they showed all the people riding on the train, and I was like, "Dude, this is awesome."
I mean, I'm not a Resistance fan.
No,
so
I mean, hey,
teach
I'm
his
just-
own, but I mean, like, I'm glad you liked it.
No, yeah. I also Another one too was cool was when they showed off tech demo of Killzone 2. That was insane. Even though
I remember when they showed that because I remember when that game came out, it was graphically like insane.
no, yeah,
When that game
didn't
'cause
look like the tech demo, but that was insane.
other than Uncharted, when I got the demo, Killzone was like the game I wanted. It was like that in Little Big Planet. Those were like I was like I want a PS3, and solely for Killzone because of how good it looked. It didn't play that well to me because I remember Austin got it, and I was like, I'm glad I didn't get a PS3. But goddamn, this game looks good.
Dude, the infamous Second Son reveal was crazy too.
Oh, the second Son
So-
reveal had, dude, I was at my seat when I heard all that voice going up. Like, as soon as I heard the voice, I was like, dude, this is infamous. Just like the way they were talking about that game. And then when I think you can even hear like a spray can in the background. I
Yeah,
was like,
you
dude,
can. You can.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this is infamous.
Mine
Dude,
was
that first trailer was incredible.
I wish the game was like that first trailer, but hey.
Yeah, I remember reveal trailers. Halo 4 was awesome because it was the day before my birthday. And I wasn't expecting it. Like, I don't think anybody was really expecting it because it was like, at that point, it'd been 4 years. And they did the 10th anniversary, and it looked like 343 was just going to port. They were going to do the anniversary editions for Halo 1 and 2 and 3 or whatever, and that's what they were going to do. And no one knew that they were a full-on new studio. And then they just dropped that trailer, and they're like, yeah, it's coming out next year.
Oh, Chief in the Cloak.
No, that's
Oh.
Halo 5. The Halo
okay,
4
Halo
one
4.
was when he wakes up, and he's on the half of, not Forward Unto Dawn, but, God, it's the ship from the first Halo, and I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, yeah, and then it breaks in half.
It breaks in
and
half, and he's at the...
shoots that cool gun.
Pillar
Yeah.
of Autumn.
Pillar of Autumn. Yep, he's on
Sorry?
he's on the second half of the Pillar of Autumn that he's like sleeping in, and I thought they were gonna wait till like the next Xbox to drop another Halo, so like that's why I wasn't like anticipating it. And they just dropped that trailer, and he's at the edge of the ship, and he looks out, and it pans out, and he's like in space, and there's this huge warfare, poof, and then Halo 4 comes up, and you're like, what the fuck was that, dude? Halo's fucking back, and it ended up being an okay game, but it was an awesome
Better
reveal.
than Halo 5.
Another dope reveal was
Story
Skyrim's
better than Halo
campaign.
5, yes.
Skyrim's
Sky was a great reveal.
Dude,
Yeah, it was.
Just
I
him
was
going toe to toe to Dragon. I was like, dude, I need this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I realized it was basically just that 20 times.
Oh no, dude! Honestly, Skyrim is still like one of my favorite games of all time. But at the same time, I just put so much time.
I
into
really
it.
like
I
that
don't-
game.
I don't
but,
care
like,
about a remaster.
I would say, dude, I think I would like that game more if people were just always like, yeah, dude, that's a really good game, as opposed to, dude, that's the best game in the world. Like, I feel like since everybody's been saying that, I'm like, fuck, dude, no, it's not. It's not the best game in the world. It's not even close to the best
Yeah.
game in the world, but it's really good.
Dude, that's how I got Gabe to buy it.
You
No,
said
I
it's
was
the
gonna
best-
I was gonna pick it up regardless of it. That's not what happened. You liar.
This dude kept hitting me up, going, "Dog, you want to chill today?" Nah, bro, Skyrim. Didn't chill with this dude for like 2 weeks straight. And then when I finally go, dude, I'm not really feeling Skyrim right now. You want to hang out? Oh, bro, I just picked up Skyrim. I'm good. Fuck you. Fuck you.
But
Dude,
you
the
had
Fallout 4 reveal was pretty good
That
too.
one was pretty good too.
yeah, it was. That
'Cause
was
just
definitely
it was the
best.
hype. That's what it was.
That conference just in
And that
general.
Doom gameplay.
I was about to
still
say
remember
that whole conference. That,
awesome.
was the best conference of last year.
Yeah.
I think that was the best part of last year.
Not gonna lie, the Unity trailer did it for me. The
Nah.
trailer and the gameplay, when they first showed off gameplay, before we even knew the game was gonna be bad, you're like, holy shit, this looks
That
incredible.
one too.
I can't
but
remember it
liked-
that much, so like I don't want to
All I
say
remember is
anything.
them showing off the co-op aspect of
Yeah.
it with the like 5.
And how
Dude,
pretty
I
the
was
game
like, that
looked.
looks cool.
That's
I can't wait to see more.
I was so hyped for that
But
game.
that was my thing. I was like, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
I want to see more. And then they didn't show more of that until like very close to release, and I was like, this game's gonna suck. They're not showing a lot. And everybody's like, no, dude, Unity's gonna be awesome. And I was like,
See, I
guys,
was
they're
on
not
that- I was-
showing
I was on that.
anything. I was
I
like,
was
they're
on
not
that boat.
showing anything, dude. It's gonna be shitty. And it came out, and everybody was like trading it in. It's a what was that? Resident Evil, the raccoon one, Escape
Raccoon
Operation.
City.
Everybody picked it up, and I was like, dude, this game looks like shit. And everyone was like, no, I remember Austin picked it up. Like, he went to the midnight. He's like, this game's gonna be awesome, and he got it like less than a week later. I was like, dude, how's that Resident Evil? He's like, dude, I traded it in. It's horrible. That game
Power
was
of
awful.
Resident
Dude, AC3 had me hyped as
No,
well.
AC3
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 had everybody
AC
hyped.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
definitely.
honest. AC3 had everybody hyped.
Yep.
And you
And
know
then-
what sucks is because of AC3, we probably won't get a game set in the American Revolution for a while now.
Yeah.
Or for Native
I
American
wouldn't say
protagonist at
that.
all.
Huh?
Or for any Native American protagonist.
Yeah.
straight.
Pray to.
Yeah.
Watch it be a
but,
white man.
To cap it off, you had the second part of the question, which was what would be your grand reveal?
Oh no, yeah.
Basically, your dream reveal for this year's E3.
Oh, yeah. Before we even go to that, I just want to say one last favorite moment
Uh-huh.
because we're talking about game reveals. Honestly, this is one of my favorite reveals of all time. Was the Far Cry 3 reveal?
I don't remember it.
Dude, yes.
Dude, when they were showing it off, didn't even know it was Far Cry. He's sitting there in front of a waterfall, and the guy just posted up to him. He's like, "Do you know the definition of insanity?"
Dude,
And then
at
he
this point,
straight up
I didn't even know a
throws him
Far
down.
Cry.
Huh?
I didn't even know a Far Cry until this point. Like, I had no idea what
I
this
knew
game
Far
was.
Cry, but I knew it was extremely hard. Like the second one is like
No,
you
yeah.
can die from poison.
Yeah.
Like you can poison yourself and like die of infection and stuff. I was like, that does not sound like my game.
That is still one of the dopest reveals, though. Because like
I don't remember.
throws
I'm
him-
gonna have to watch it because now that you're bringing up the insanity thing, I kind of remember it. But
Yeah.
Dude, I honestly, Far Cry, Last of Us, and then the Uncharted 2 like train things. Those are my favorite things ever.
Infinite was probably my favorite because
Infinite was dope too. Yeah.
No, but the whole time, I mean, like we got to realize Bioshock was Rapture, and then he just was like,
you got this.
I was
completely new
literally I was
city in
expecting
the
a
clouds.
no, I was straight up was expecting another Bioshock set in Rapture. I think everybody was because everybody when they were talking about like
Are you talking about the E3 reveal, or are you talking about when they first started talking about Infinite? Because
Infinite,
before we got the E3 reveal, it was already said Columbia, and we had pictures of Columbia.
not before the trailer dropped.
No, yeah, we did. That's what I was telling Greg was.
Then I don't remember that because I never saw it then.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, was what I was telling Greg was the 2010 thing. That was an E3. The 2010 thing was when a whole bunch of press went to go talk to Ken Levine.
And then it dropped.
Yeah, and then it dropped the next year E3 because they showed that off, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, we're gonna get BioShock in 2011," and they were like, "This game's getting delayed by 2 years."
Yeah. I can't remember that. I'll have to go check it out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what was confusing me.
See, I don't remember.
They showed pictures
I
of
wasn't
Columbia.
really into. I would say 2009 or like 2012. I didn't really do much other than E3. After like 2010, on any news media, I wasn't really into video games as much as I was at the time, and
G4
So I
got
probably-
me into E3 back in like 2008.
that's when I watched it. That's how I
2007.
watched it.
It's
Was
like
watching
all
their stuff.
spectacle.
Yeah.
But that's how I would watch E3. Was I would go and watch their coverage on E3, and then
Honestly,
sometimes
still like one of the easiest ways
Oh
you could ever.
man, the
watch
time they
E3.
revealed
Flip your
like
fucking
FIFA
TV on.
13.
Yeah.
But
Dude, X-Play.
X-Play was a
I
shit,
used to
dude.
love
I loved
Cheaters or Chico, whatever the
a
fucking show.
fucking TV
Cops.
show about video games.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Dude, G4 was fucking great.
It was.
Amazing. Attack of the Show.
Dude, that's what I mean. Like, dude,
Bruce Green was on
I
it.
would say the closest thing right now to like, I wouldn't say it's still podcasty, but I mean, dude, GameScoop has it kind of like locked down to where it's like gets your kind of X-Play
Kinda,
news. But
yeah.
it gets your X-Play news. It's not really reviews, but it gets your X-Play news, and then
Yeah.
I love 20 questions at the end.
No, dude, it's just I've always been a big, huge Adam Sessler fan.
Same here.
Like from the
I just
beginning.
kind
Like
of
the minute I saw him, I was like,
miss
this,
seeing
this
him
is
in a
man.
weekly dose.
Yeah, Rev 3. I miss that, man.
Oh, I love when he's on Kind of Funny.
Rev
I
3 is
always
great.
watch those episodes. No, but I wanted to bring mine up for to cap it off. I guess the rest of the podcast, the second part of your question.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So to make this E3 one of the most memorable, I mean, like I've said it a billion times before, but if they show, I mean, like one, I feel like one has to come with the other, with a Red Dead remaster and then a Red Dead 3. That's just kind of like the one I want to see. Like, I loved GTA, but like how you guys know, it parodying, like being a parody of itself, it got boring to me. And after about 30 hours, and I had my thrill with the game and stopped.
You know what I find so funny though is if you look at GTA and Red Dead, just do like just look at them and give like a quick synopsis.
Mm-hmm.
They're both parody games.
Yes,
Red Dead is a parody of the Wild West.
but we don't live in the
GTA.
yeah.
Western movies.
But
No,
here's the
yeah,
thing.
but that's the
No,
thing.
yeah,
Though.
I mean,
I like
hey,
I like that it's a
no,
parody of the Wild West, but the thing is, I don't live in the Wild West, so it's still kind of like I'm separating it from reality kind of thing. And GTA, like it's a cool world. I
Yeah.
think it's a really awesome lived in looking world, but it just feels too much like real life for me to care. And that's why I feel like and it's not like you're not gonna have some dude.
No, I mean, hey, dude, if you like the Wild West like scene, you like the Wild West scene more than you
Yep.
like modern day.
I mean, you
I
love
just-
the Goonies.
I
No,
think, but
yeah.
I think that, and a lot of people give me like GTA 5 was really good. I think Red Dead 3 or Red Dead Redemption was more revolutionary than 5 was by a long shot. I feel like 5 was not really revolutionary, but in the sense of
I mean, it was more Grand Theft Auto.
it was just
It
more.
improved on
It's just
to it.
more.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just more. I
I'd
feel
say
like
it's revolutionary for a Grand Theft Auto game, but when I
yeah.
say
I mean, like
it does anything special other than being a Grand Theft Auto game,
No, it doesn't.
But it doesn't need to because it's a fucking Grand Theft Auto
Like,
game.
yeah, every GTA game comes out, you know what to expect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
gonna be
I'm saying,
minor
but with, like, a Red
improvements or
Dead-
major improvements, but still the same game.
I just feel like that's where their more creative side comes out. Rockstar is with like Red Dead Redemption and stuff like that. So
We'll see though, because I mean, see for you, when you play Red Dead 3, you're gonna be like more like, oh,
2.
this is it. No,
Oh, 3.
Yeah. When he plays Red Dead 3, he's gonna be like more enamored by it because you never finished Red Dead 2. I finished Red
or
Dead
Red
2,
Dead Redemption. Oh yeah. Red Dead 2.
and when I play Red Dead 3, I'm gonna be like, dude, this is dope. But the same way I played GTA 5, where I'm like, no, this is more Grand Theft Auto, and this is what I wanted.
It's more
That's the
Red
same.
Dead.
That's the same way I'm gonna feel about Red Dead because I played.
I just feel like they're gonna
shit
do
out of Red
some
Dead.
awesome revolutionary stuff, and then now that like GTA 5 has a huge online base, Red Dead had a really good online base, but it was not nearly what 5 is. And seeing that they're bringing in so much content, I'm very excited to see like the longevity of Red Dead 3 when it does come
Which
out.
is another thing that's weird. See, that's another thing. I mean,
It's a different Rockstar now
No,
than
yeah.
it was when it came out back then.
and it goes to with you saying Red Dead is more revolutionary because what's crazy is me and Gabe when we played Red Dead online, we literally called out so many things they took from Red Dead, and we knew
And
they were
put
gonna
it in 5.
and we knew they were going to put it into GTA.
Yeah,
It's
Because
like
basically
GTA 5 is a combination of what GTA 4, Red Dead, and Max Payne.
yeah. It's basically a mishmash of like all the
Yeah,
All the other
all
games.
the face technology from
horses.
LA
LA
Noir,
Noir,
the,
the-
combat from Max Payne,
the open world online from Red Dead, and
yeah. So like I mean like we wouldn't have a GTA 5 online if we didn't have a Red Dead online.
Online, yeah.
Basically, it was kind of that was like the first like dive into like
Yeah.
like I mean 4 was good, but like no, it was not good. It was decent.
It was alright,
Um,
but it wasn't like on the level of Red
I
Dead.
played a couple hours and I was like, that's interesting.
It's just
And
an open
stopped
world.
playing it. Yeah.
It's
Hey.
how it is.
Nathan, question though,
Mhm.
because I know you said that heist was one of the things that ruined Grand Theft Auto 5 for you. Will it ruin Red Dead for you?
No, I don't think. I feel like my big problem with the heists was there was so it wasn't no I don't think I've ever have I said that it was the heist. I think it was more of I think I've said that
I think he said he
it
liked
was,
the heist.
I like the heist and I hate everything in between.
That's the thing. Yeah, he liked the heist.
yeah, I like
okay.
the heist. I hate everything in between it.
But do you
Because
think
I
do you
didn't
think
give a
Red
shit.
Dead's gonna add heists?
I wouldn't,
Dude, honestly,
see, I don't
love
think they
trains.
will.
I wouldn't want that. I mean, like, I would love if them to like have more like mini
Maybe robbery.
big
Yeah,
missions.
mini robberies.
No,
but
I
I
don't think
like
it's
a
gonna be
heist
like
as in, like
heist focus like GTA 5 is.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think Red Dead is gonna be before Red Dead 2, and it's gonna be more focused on like cowboy gangs. And what do cowboy gangs do? Run around and rob people.
Yeah, I could
Yeah,
see it
okay.
totally being like you're the
enough.
last survivor of like your gang, and some gang killed you.
I don't
And
see-
you're going out in revenge.
I don't even see
Red
that
Dead
being
Revenge.
like a last survivor because it would be this. That would be the same exact story as Red Dead 2. You weren't the last. I mean, you were the
Yeah.
last like free man. Everybody else was in hiding. And you went around and
finding them
and you
bring
killed
back,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I really think. Red Dead 3 is just gonna be a cowboy story where you're with a whole bunch of your whole gang and you're running around doing.
that'd be
shit.
cool. And they'll probably implement the multiple characters, which that's the only thing
Do you
I'm
think
kind of
they
scared
will?
about. It's the only thing I'm scared about.
I don't
I don't
think
think
they
they're doing
will.
multiple
Yeah, I don't think. I
characters
think
for
they
Red
do
Dead.
one
don't.
character.
I think they'll go, and it needs to be. I think.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? If Colin Moriarty's right, which he usually is, I think our Red Dead character is gonna be black
Jack Morrison.
and it's gonna be in the Civil War, and Colin called it right, and it's gonna be called Red Dead Revolution.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
That'd actually be really cool.
Yeah, moving up.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I'd be down with
I'm
that.
down with that.
It'd be Mafia 3.
it would be, yeah.
No, I mean like that's I want to see what a 2017 Red Dead Redemption looks like.
Dude, and
dude,
horse
it's gonna look
physics.
amazing.
I mean, like, dude, that game is I looked at some gameplay because I was like, I wonder if that game still looks good. Because 4 still looks pretty decent. Like a lot of people got to realize for a 2008 game, like GTA 4 looks good. And then I looked at Red Dead Redemption, and I was like, dude, if they did a remaster of this would look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's more of they didn't have the memory to make those textures pop up that much. But if you look at that, like main characters, their textures are like amazing looking. So,
But like you said though, answering the second part, like you said, you want Red Dead to be there.
yep.
What I think would make this E3 memorable, and it's the same thing.
And mine's more on the plausible side. And that's the other thing. I still took it as like you can answer this question in a completely hey, I want Half-Life 3 there. Like
No,
you could say that if you wanted to, but
Nah.
what was yours?
Prey 3.
No, what I want is I just want to see more. Not even exclusives per se, but I just want to see more games that are leaning either to PlayStation or Xbox to show me what's the what's the reason to have either both of these consoles or one of these consoles.
Because dude, the only thing that PlayStation has going for it right now was that E3.
yeah,
I feel like it's literally writing those cocktails
pretty much.
because what happened is like 3 people out of 4 or 5 people, like 3 out of 5 picked up a PS4 over an Xbox then. And the thing is that's just more people. It had so much more people pick up a PlayStation than it did back then, and I think it's just because of that. Since the early adopters have made other people pick up it solely
it's the same
because
thing
they
with like
had
the
it.
360, where you went over to somebody's house, you saw they had a 360.
It was, but I feel like it's a whole. It's 360 on steroids, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like everybody I know who plays has a PS4.
Honestly though,
I know, like I have a small select friends who have an Xbox,
oh wow.
Shout out.
and most who have an Xbox, and that's the
Present.
thing. Most people who have an Xbox have a PS4 as well,
True.
which both of you guys fall into that category.
True.
What were you saying?
No, what I was gonna say was something like totally like off topic. I'd want to see how people in Europe, like, what do they lean more to? Because I know they lean more to PlayStation, but I want to know what they play on PlayStation.
FIFA.
Is
FIFA,
that,
yeah.
that's it. That's it. FIFA.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically, dude. Like FIFA is basically
At
Madden
least in Europe
times
and
like
UK.
20 in
In
there.
the UK. Okay. I mean, that's all I want.
How about you, Gabe? What's yours?
Okay, I really want, huh?
What you got?
I really want to say like I kind of want to see what CD Projekt does next. CD Projekt.
But we already know.
Yeah,
it's-
but at
I'm
the
not-
same time, I would be more excited for Skate.
yeah.
Honestly,
We were
I
talking
would
about this
lose my mind
Yeah,
if
I
Skate
would.
was announced.
That would be insane.
That would be like, oh,
Because that's literally my childhood. I played that game so freaking often, and with people coming
it's
over.
been 5 years since
Yeah.
we've had a good skateboarding game,
Yeah, it's been.
dude. Like, no, dude. Skateboarding games have like that was my
They
childhood.
just changed everything. Like they changed the controls. They changed
Yeah,
Yeah,
the whole.
they kind of brought it more
It
towards
was the next step.
realism.
It was the next step.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, I think it would be cool if they had like a realistic side.
No,
and,
I'm
like,
talking about like with the new skate. Like if they changed.
Oh, if
like,
they changed with it, yeah.
I mean, like just improved everything, and
What do you still want to
rethought
use
it.
the sticks or?
I mean, yeah, I think that's what makes skate.
I was
It'd
about to
still have
say,
to
I
use
don't.
the
It,
sticks.
if they took away the stick
Sticks,
thing, it
yeah.
wouldn't be skate.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's like I said. I think I've beaten Tony Hawk Underground more than any other game ever.
Oh, Underground 1? Underground was
Yes.
amazing.
Mhm.
Whether I've put more time in other games, that remains to be seen, because that game took an hour and a half, 2 hours for me to beat. By the time I got used to it, I know exactly where to go, and
Yeah.
I'd plow through it like watching a movie.
Dude, not gonna lie, Underground had a pretty good story.
It did.
It had multiple endings too. I didn't realize
Had a
that.
good
I played
end-
multiple. Yeah.
I didn't know it had a. I didn't know that. I thought 2 did.
No, 1 has multiple endings because I played that game multiple times, choosing different
can't
like
remember.
skate teams and yeah.
Oh, the skate, yeah, stuff like that. But you still get screwed over by your friend.
Yeah,
at
you
the
still
end.
get over. Yeah, still get screwed up, but you can decide whether at the end he becomes famous or you become famous or whatnot.
Yes, I remember
Yeah,
that.
so there are multiple
You kind
endings.
of like paved your path and like
Yeah.
how you wanted to go.
Yeah.
Well, I remember like, hey, you're getting signed. Who do you want to go? And you like watch all of the videos
Yeah.
for each company, and you decide.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you still got a little campus, whatever, and they're all drunk and shit. It's a good
my
game.
favorite, I always pick girl because I like one of like girl skateboards. But the video that they showed was the one where the dude, every single guy doing tricks in the whole video,
Yeah.
their skateboard was gone. It disappeared.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and it started off with this dude kind of just coasting, standing like
That's cool.
like like 6 inches off the
It's been a
ground,
minute since I've
and
seen
he just
that.
jumps up and he just grinds on this, and there's no skateboard. And you're like, what? But
I think I've always chose Element.
do what?
Element is my team.
Oh yeah.
Because, cause my boy Bam Margera.
I was a
Rest in
Eric
peace.
Costin kind of guy, so that's why I was a girl.
Yeah.
How about you, Greg, to end the episode?
I mean, it's another one of my predictions. If there's anything Star Wars there, that's it. That makes my E3.
Yeah.
Amy Hennig, please.
I don't really care.
I don't-
As
I
long
just-
as they
Please
show.
just tweet a picture of your ticket.
Dude, there's
Star
that
Wars
rumor that the
Okay,
game's
what?
not coming out for like 2 or 3 years, so I'm like, I could totally see them just not announcing that this year.
I mean, yeah.
Especially after EA or Fallout's like, hey, this is it. It's out in 5 months, kind of thing.
That was
Like,
another.
I feel like
E3
Amy, if anything, it's gonna be Amy Hennig's game that's gonna be like that.
That was another E3 reveal that blew
1313.
my mind was when 1313.
Yeah, well,
came
the
out
thing
of
about
nowhere.
1313 was it got my dad excited. My dad was like, I'm buying a PS4
What's
solely
crazy
for that game.
is I was watching that E3, but one of the press conferences I skipped that year was EA's, and I totally regret it.
Solely because of that.
Bro,
Yeah, because like I literally watched the press conference.
we were there.
Wait, where?
We saw that.
Saw Star Wars.
We saw 1313
I
together.
wasn't
No.
in the room.
Yeah, you
no,
were.
hey, it was not EA's conference at that time.
No, we saw 1313 together.
That
We're
was,
like,
that
holy
was,
shit,
that was
this looks
before
dope.
the before Disney bought it. That was the year
So
before
then who
Disney
was
bought it.
We
conference?
saw it.
Okay, if it wasn't at EA's, then I did see
It was
it.
Yeah.
probably at a regular conference.
I know we saw because we talked
Because
about it right
LucasArts,
afterwards.
it was when LucasArts was making it. That's what happened. Is Disney
I
took?
remember I just watched on game trailers.
Yeah, I don't.
No, because we were
remember.
like, this is like Dead Space meets
like a
Star
Jeff
Wars.
No, I remember seeing
Yeah,
it
we
on
might have seen
E3,
it.
and I was like,
Because I don't
even
remember
"What
seeing,
is
like,
that?" And I remember
E3.
pausing it.
No, it
and
was. It
then,
was years ago.
going on YouTube.
That might have been the
because I
first
knew
E3 we
it
saw
was-
together.
Okay.
And I like got my dad in, and I was like, "Dad, watch this." And he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
That's what I want. I just want another random Star Wars reveal. Just
Dude,
dropped.
just give me an open world bounty hunter game where I travel the universe.
I want a
Yes.
Jar Jar game.
Yeah.
Like you can play as
And we're
Jar
just gonna
Jar.
end the podcast on that.
And it
Everything
has to be
is-
like
Chows.
Octodad.
Chows.
We want the Chow game.
But anyway, I guess
Jedi Chows.
Or you can. You're the host. You can plug everything if you'd like.
Jedi Chow battles.
So everybody, this was episode
Just
16 of the
waving
No
and
Show
flailing.
with Jedi Chow battles. As always,
Jedi Chow battles.
Shout out
With
to
me.
Chows.
this is Nathan, Greg,
up?
and Gabe. You can find us at Nerd Outlet on Twitter, at Nerd Outlet on Instagram, Facebook/Nerd Outlet on Facebook, and
That's it.
no, nothing else,
No.
Gabe.
What's our chatterbait?
I was waiting for which one it was.
What's
I was
our
like, is he gonna
Zynga?
do the Pornhub thing for like the 15th time?
No, so I switched it up because everybody knows our Pornhub.
Yeah.
Dirty nasty
We got a lot of
puppies.
subscribers. We got more subscribers on that than anything. But
Other than that, though, this was episode 16. Signing off, Louther.
666.
What up?
I'm Nathan, and we'll see you guys next week talking about Posey 3.
Who's excited? Little boys are.